Right, we are up and running, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's take a quick look at our ES right now, guys, and the ES is what I was just in. So I took some longs down over here. I wanted to target supply, but I wasn't a big fan of the price action, rejecting this key level right here at 34. So I do see that we're trying to break it now without much resistance, so we might get that break in continuation here. And we could look for a retest at that point, right? We could look for a re-entry somewhere if we want to maybe break, continue, create a higher low over here and push up. Right now I'd much rather be a little patient. We have the hourly closes in 5.5 minutes, and that's what I was waiting for. I wanted to see the hourly close back above this demand zone. Now this is a 15-minute demand on the ES right here. I'm going to bring my screen a bit bigger. So you see how we have our basing candle here on the 15, we have our strong rally and continuation to the next supply zone. So this is a very valid demand zone that I'm going to be looking for long positions when that New York session market opens. Hey, good morning, Kevin. What's going on, dude? Good morning, good morning. Ozzy, Concentrator, Garrett, Eddie, good morning. Joel, JT, obviously Marziti. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hope you're ready for a great trading day. It is Tuesday. Let's see. Let's check Bookmap on ES over here. See if it is giving us a possible entry point. Really not seeing much on the volume shelf, the volume profile.
Target up at 62.37, and then another one up at 62.40.
Nice. See, part of me wants to take this retest to retest from demand over here. Like if it retests this, take this long entry, tighten up the stop loss, and we'll try to let that ride. But we'll have to be a little patient on it. We'll see. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to consider that trade right there. It would take 2 contracts here. It's like a point of a stop loss around 33.25 right over here. 33.25, lower volume to the downside over there. We'll see. Alright, we're pushing into it right now. We could also check to see, make sure we don't have any economic data coming out that could influence the market. 9:30 Powell speech. That's about it. 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing, that's 10. That's going to be a big one. So I'd like to find some support off this demand zone here. I'm just not that confident in taking a long position. Alright, we dipped into the demand. Let's see how we want to react to it. CVD has been pushing higher. Even if we take that, hold up, let's mark out previous day high, previous day low. We got to make sure that's updated. Previous day high, previous day low, open price, previous day low. If it starts to hold here, I'd consider longs. It's going to get a little noisy here, guys. It is Wednesday, so I'm getting yard work. Yard work.
Good morning, man. It's Tuesday today, not Wednesday.
Hey, good morning, good morning. What was that?
It's Tuesday today, not Wednesday.
Oh, what did I say? Happy Wednesday?
Yeah, no worries.
That's funny. You get it. You get what I mean.
But it's a shorter week, right? I think Thursday it will close soon, and then Friday's closed, right?
Yes, Friday's closed, guys. Remember that Friday's markets are closed. Yo, good morning, John. What's going on? See some new faces in here. Good morning. Welcome to the community. I'm trying to see if it'll retest this entry point.
Regular.
What's that?
Sorry, man. Just Thursday is regular hours, so we'll just close at regular time, or just will be sooner, because I saw that it's sooner.
Yeah, I know. I saw somewhere else that said it was supposed to be sooner, but I do think it's regular hours on Thursday. Alright, guys, I'm not going to take this long. I do think it just wicked it. It gave us our entry point. It didn't hit stop loss. It could run to take profit. This is a 5-to-1 setup right here. I'm not taking this. I'm not entered in this trade. The reason I was bullish on this setup is because I was waiting for that hourly to close outside of this demand zone, which is exactly what we're getting. So something I might want to try to wait for when New York session opens is a retest of this demand zone. But I am a little concerned that we start to hold it before market opens, and then market opens and we just continue, and we may have missed a pretty solid entry down here. Let me make sure everything's working okay. Great. Let's see, it's dancing around that entry point again. I'm not taking this trade. We could check our footprint chart on here, make sure our point of control is higher, which it is. 650 is now higher than this 340 and this 130 down here, which usually would help me be on that bullish bias. Let's see. When does that hourly close? 37 seconds now. We'll see, guys. It's going to be a tough decision right here. 30 seconds left. There's the retest of this demand zone. And there's a little dip into it. So be careful here. I'd want to see if we had a big bid sitting here and we just filled it, I would definitely be taking this long. But we like barely have any support here, and I'm worried that we just want to sell off through it. And if that's the case, I don't want to be in a long position if we're selling off through it. However, this is still a demand zone. This is where we found support yesterday. So I'd like to see if we could find support again over here today. Hourly, so I'm glad I didn't take that trade, right? Look at the hourly candle. Hourly closed within that zone, so it wouldn't really completely cancel it out. 45 minutes giving us a bullish reversal. It's looking okay. It's definitely looking more bullish than bearish at the moment. I might take, what's up Fairchild, good morning. I might take this long trade after all, guys, if it does give us a re-entry at this point. I do think I was too wishy-washy on it, and it might not give us a new re-entry anymore. But this was just strictly off of, we came off demand, we found some support, we came back, created a higher low, pushed higher again. We're trying to break this demand. We closed above it, we reclaimed it, and now we're pushing higher. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good today. Let's see. So ES is continuing. We can take a look at gold as well. Want to see what gold's doing. Daily time frame on gold. Nice bull move on gold right there. That's pretty clean. Previous day high, previous day low, and open price. So we're bullish on gold today, depending where we're trading at. 1 hour, 90 minute, 2 hour, 3 hour, just going through the time frames, making sure I'm not missing any demand zones. Here's a demand zone down here. We're going to delete this broken supply then. What's that?
Back in a moment.
Sure. Alright, ES just retested that area right there. I'm going to take this. Dude, it's like part of me is like, yo, take this long in demand. Another part of me is like, we've been failing to come out of this demand zone. It's pretty 50-50 here. And it's 9:01. I'm not going to take this long, guys. Whenever we're not sure of a trade, even if the trade ends up panning out and working out in our favor, we have to be disciplined and not take it. Because if we're going into a trade where we're already 50-50 on it, that increases the odds of us being emotional in that trade. And that could cause us to widen our stop loss, to add to a loser, to hold a loser longer, or even exit the trade as a winner, but not at your take profit. And that's when emotions are not good in trading. Let's see, 90 minute, 45, 30, 15, 5 minute. Alright, so gold's just sort of been running. How do you feel about NQ? We can take a look at the NASDAQ for sure. And I want to see if NASDAQ is also at an area of support too. So let's start on our daily, mark out our previous day high and previous day low. Guys, I thought of a show name, so I'm going to be, Benzinga approved me for a new show on Thursdays, and this would be after the Bullish Bears stream. It's going to be a midday market briefing. Go over the midday, where market's trading, what trends do we have, are there any possible setups coming up, etc., etc. So it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see. So 4 hour demand down here on NASDAQ. Over here we have the broken supply, which now holds as support. But at this point, I would like to see if we have a demand zone somewhere over here that we could hold, because these broken supply zones have been great, but really have been having trouble. There goes ES holding those lows, holding that demand zone. Now, what I like to see too is how those 15-minute, 30-minute candles are forming right recently. Because if we could find it recently, hey, thank you, Fairchild, I appreciate that. If we could find the more recent price action, that will give us a bit of a clue of direction. So 1 hour, 2 hour, 2 hour closes in 56 minutes. So we do have a little time on that. As for directional for ES and NQ today, we haven't taken out high, previous day low or previous day high yet. Yeah, thank you, Ozzy. Thank you. I had a good buddy help me name it. Let's see. So again, 4 hour, 3 hour. Something I notice is that yesterday, even though we tried to go bullish, we did hold bullish at the end of the day, we didn't create much support, and that's how we were sort of able to break through it this morning. But every time we try to move lower, we see even yesterday's price action. We wick lower, we push back higher. We wick lower, push back higher. So markets have been trying their best to hold these lows. If we even look at our volume profile here, this is our low volume shelf down here. So this is where we would find support because price likes to trade back within that range. Look at ES and NQ both holding. That ES trade setup was pretty clean. What's going on, Leo? My Instagram, it's Trading with Kev. Trading with Kev. I post market recaps daily. Do a lot of work with Benzinga. Do some work with Market AI as well. The channel here is Bullish Bears. Somebody was asking on YouTube. Bullish Bears Trading. I go live Monday through Friday here for our community on Discord, but I go live Monday and Friday for YouTube. But obviously there's no trading Friday, and it was not here yesterday, so I wanted to hop on today for YouTube as well. I like gold coming out of the supply zone up here. My biggest issue is I missed this. I missed this big ask. This would have been our double top entry right at 33.70. So right now I would be patient on something like gold. CVD has been moving lower. We have 33.60 as a possible target. We can mark that out on Bookmap right over here, 33.60. Yo, Leo, appreciate the follow, homie. Always cool. Alright, let's do BML's Bookmap level. Make that like a white so we could see it. Bottom, we'll do right, middle. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Crude oil. So let's see. We also have 33.69. So what I'm going to look for is if we could hold below this this supply zone up here. I want to see if we have any candlestick structure forming to help us on the bear move. But what I see here is a 45-minute basing followed by an impulse move. And now we're hitting that order block, and it could hold as support. So I don't want to short these lows down here. We see that we've currently been in an uptrend on gold on this 5-minute, right? So wow, look at this, guys, since Monday? Wow, gold's just been rallying. Gold has been rallying. So I'm going to be extra careful trying any shorts up here, and I'm going to definitely need confirmation on the volume side. ES is trying to continue. That was a pretty solid setup over here. I'm a bit more interested in gold at the moment to see how it does want to react. CVD being as red as it is makes me want to probably stay away from it for now until some things sort of straighten out. We could take a look at oil as well. Guys, look at oil on the daily time frame. So yesterday we took out that previous day low. We barely closed red, but after we took out that previous day low, we did trade back within that range. So let's move down our previous day low, previous day high. Now we see this morning we already took out that previous day high on oil. So something I would look for is I'd do my top-down analysis, break it down, see, okay, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. Is there any area of support down here? Well, there is this blue area that I had marked out for, look at this, since Sunday night, and that held Monday, held again last night, Tuesday night. Does it want to come retrace into this bottom of the range? I would look for longs on oil down there. Let's also mark out that open price on oil, just so we're aware of it. Open price is a very helpful key level to mark out, because if you're not sure which bias to have or what direction you should be trading in, using the opening price is very helpful, right? If we're above it, we should maybe be looking for bulls. If we're below it, we should be looking for shorts, because if we're above it, we're on a green daily candle. If we're below it, we are on a red daily candle. And we always want to trade with that trend. Hey, that's cool, man. Leo, bro, I appreciate that. All support is appreciated support. Alright, gold's moving in. Let's see. So gold's, look at this strong bid sitting right here. Boom, right through it. Right through 33.60. I want to watch that on gold. Because if we do start to hold down there, I would consider a long. And guys, remember, we're considering longs on gold, not because we're counter trend trading, but because of look how bullish we've been. So if I know the odds are in my favor that we probably want to stay bullish, well then I'm going to be patient. I'm going to look for a long setup opportunity. I do not want to jump the gun on anything. Good morning, YouTube guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Join our community at bullishbears.com. Alright, let's see. So gold with a pullback. Big seller, aggressive seller here. That's how, guys, so the difference between a passive and aggressive buyer or seller on Bookmap is what we see on the chart. So these big sell bubbles, the bubbles we see are aggressive buyers or sellers. And then the orange levels we see that are sitting there are the passive buyers or sellers. Damn, man. ES, dude. I had a nice original entry on that. I should have just held. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but that's not a good way to trade. My original entry was, wow, was right down here, 31. I got out 33. Oof, that's alright, man. It happens. It happens. I'm not a big fan, guys, of trading pre-market, and because of that, again, if it's not up in my system, it's not in my strategy, it's not in my playbook, then I don't want to be forcing it. If we start forcing things that aren't in our playbook, all our rules go out the window, right? You break one rule, you break all of the rules. But let's take a look at gold here. We have the 15-minute closes in 5 minutes now, so I'm going to look for a quick sweep and look to see if we could hold. We could use our footprint chart to see where our point of control is. It's most likely moving lower. It stayed in the middle on this candle and that candle, so let's see if we do get that break here, guys. Break of this 33.60, find some buying pressure, might be a buying opportunity on gold. Alright, so yeah, I have my trade set up. It's going to be one gold contract. And I'm looking to see if we could take that off of this 33.60 Bookmap level. Look how well it's holding. Look at the CVDs trying to curve higher as well. Somebody asked for NQ for today. Yeah, NQ. So we could take a quick look at NQ one more time. I just want to be careful and keep an eye on gold because it is near our key level right now. Might be giving us an opportunity. But if you want to stick around for a couple minutes, I will cover NASDAQ one more time as well. And when the New York session opens, we're going to be keeping an eye on ES and NQ too to be seeing where is price action currently trading. Alright, there's 33.60. I'm getting ready for us to start to hold this. CVD started to spike higher there. Okay, so I'm going to take that. Oh, missed my entry. Come on now. Whoa, that was quick. Okay, let's see if it gives us a retest for our entry because that was a very quick reaction. See if it gives us a retest around 33.60. Right now, I would like to see if it could pull back to at least 33.60.8. Look at this very aggressive buyer that came in on the delta right there. That's right at that 33.61. So we'll see if we come down into 33.61. We'll check point of control one more time as well. Trying to hold lower. Be a little careful on this. Delta trying to push positive on this candle. Take a look at NASDAQ while gold's sort of chopping around. I'll let you guys know if it triggers my entry. NASDAQ 15-minute. Not seeing any demand zones that are holding. Not really seeing any new supply zones on the 15 at least. This red zone up here, this was a pretty strong area of interest. I want to just take a quick look back at gold because it's trying to dance around down here. You know what? I'm not a fan. I'm going to cancel this order on gold. Again, I'm not a fan of how things are lining up right now. And when things aren't sort of giving me that, hey, you know what, this is A+, I personally want to stay out of it. Alright, we're pulling back. Let's see. Alright, there goes gold dipping in again. Now if it starts to hold again right here and it doesn't break that low, I'm taking it long off of that 3360.8. If it breaks that low, no gold trades. So I'm looking for a double bottom right here. Looking for it to hold this low. If it breaks that low, no trade. It's starting to hold it here. That's a good sign. Okay, so we'll try it. Stop loss is at that low we just made. I'm in gold longs, looking to see if we could hold this. If we break it, I'm out at that low. Looking like it might want to die for this 33.57 point. So I have a tight stop loss on this. Really just looking to trade the range, trade us back higher. I know I'm taking longs off of this book map level, and I want to target back towards this supply zone. And again, I was bullish because if I zoom out, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. So I do want to see us hold. Point of control is trying to hold up here. I'm just not a fan of buyers failing to bring us higher from this point. It does feel like we're trying to find some selling pressure to push lower. And I might get stopped out here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's getting close. Yeah, stopped me out of gold. That's okay. Now at this point, guys, it's 9:15. I just want to wait for New York session for ES and NQ, because those do tend to give better setups. Gold might even hold right now, right? Maybe I had too tight of a stop loss, and that's okay. That is okay. We just got to reevaluate the current trade plan. Look at that, guys. Gold, big aggressive seller, might get trapped there. But fool me once, right? We're not taking this trade again. The 15-minute just closed very bearish. 30-minute also trying to hold bearish. We have a basing candle up here off of the supply zone. I'm not looking for longs anymore on gold. I might look for, we could use our volume profile on this one now. Let's see. Volume profile from here. Any low volume nodes? A little bit. Near 63, near 65. Other than that, not really. Look at this aggressive selling. Glad I trusted my stop loss. We're out of it. We're not holding it. Let's check NASDAQ now, guys. NASDAQ. So something I'd note on NASDAQ, guys, is every time it does break a low, a recent low, we end up reversing and pulling back. So I'd look to buy the lows. That's right away the first thing I notice. 30-minute. I see we do have a new supply zone up here. Look at this, guys. Gold with the drop. So glad I stopped out of that. Gotta trust our stop losses, guys. It is crucial. So gold, let's see, this is NASDAQ. We have a possible supply zone right here, 30-minute supply. I'm going to mark that out, keep it blue, but I'm going to mark it as an S30 minute. So I know what zone it is, but because it's more recent, I'm going to keep it blue because this might be the zone that I'll either look for short positions or I'll look to see if we could break it and we could use it for long positions. Now something I noticed on gold here is we swept this low now. Now at this point, with the volume profile, with the point of control, the footprint over here, I would want to watch this point of control close somewhere higher. I'd want to see volume and price close somewhere higher. This would be giving me a new buying opportunity on gold if it gives me that setup. If it does not, then there is no setup. Let's drag back our volume profile a little bit here, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. But I do know people were looking for NASDAQ, so we'll stick on NASDAQ for a minute. We have 2 minutes for that 5 minutes to close, so we do have a little time to be patient. 45-minute, looking for any zones up here. A very small supply zone right here. I'm going to mark it out just as an area of interest as well. And I'm really not seeing too much high quality wise when it comes to NQ right now. Does give me a little bit of incentive to say, hey, you know, we're sort of in the middle of nowhere. We don't have good support. We don't have good resistance. Where does the market want to go? Is there too much uncertainty for there to be a specific direction in the market right now? All right, so there goes gold with another drop lower. Point of control moved lower on that drop. Volume starting to pick up. We have a minute 52 left here. This is what I would look for, but I would need the candle to close in the zone, and I would also need this point of control, this black level, to close in the zone as well, because that would show me that price and volume are starting to hold this area. Without that, then there is no trade. Hitting a lot of big passive bids down here. CVD has been trying to move lower though. NASDAQ bopping and chopping around, really not too much. This was an area of support. It was resistance when we were below it, support when we were above it. Take a look at that on NQ. Tesla got killed. I'm expecting a negative 17%. Ooh, that'd be wild. Oh man, yeah, it closed yesterday at 317. Let's take a look at our equities. Closed yesterday at 317. Opening today around, what, 5% of the downside, is that? Let's do our measurement tool. Closes around there somewhere, opening around 6% of the downside on Tesla. That is wild. Let's take a look at all of our equities right now, right? So we have Nvidia near the bottom of its previous day's range, Microsoft in range, Meta near the bottom, Tesla obviously way below its previous day's low, Amazon also below its previous day's low, and it looks like Apple's actually the one that's got some strength to it this morning. So we can take a look at that, guys. If you're looking to trade equities or options, Apple with some bullish strength if the rest of the markets want to hold bullish too. Alright guys, check it out. Check out gold right here. 10 seconds for this 5 to close. This would be the setup. Starting to hold. I don't like that point of control was lower. Usually I wouldn't. That's like a red flag. I need that point of control to be higher. And the volume didn't really increase on that wick lower either. Just not feeling gold today, and that's alright. Gotta recognize it, guys. Gotta recognize it. Waiting on ES and NQ to open. We had some levels, some more levels on the ES than the NASDAQ, so we could take a look at that. Here goes gold on a pullback, but that could just be a pullback to support. Not a fan of it. Look at that. Look at that. Big seller. Big seller. I'm staying away from gold right now until I get some type of 15-minute candle closure, 30-minute candle closure, some other things that are sort of saying, hey, yes, we're going this way, or hey, no, we're not going this way. Right now, look at this. We don't have any resistance above us on gold. That looks pretty solid to hold as support to the upside. Pretty big buyer sitting at 33.59 right here. 33.59 is that key level as well. So we could see if we want to come back into that. That's a key level right there. And then we could look for a small scalp higher, 3 to 1 on that. Right there. So we'll see if we want to come into this 59, hold it, take those longs at 59, stop loss at the low we just created. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Tuesday. I was going to say happy Wednesday, but then Joel will come over here and tell me I'm wrong. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Oil. Take a look at oil, too. See if oil's giving us anything of interest as well. Just sort of chopping around, too. Not giving us much. Volume profile. Look at our volume profile here on oil, by the way, guys. Look how range bound we've been. Oh, there it is. For, let's see, since last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Again on Tuesday. Today it's been a week of range bound price action on oil. Alright, look at this, guys. Here on gold, on Bookmap, there was 62 passive bid, and then they pulled it when price started getting a little close to it. So it's a little bit of a worry on that. Be careful on that. ES and NQ, we're looking at the VIX down here as well. We do have support on ES over here. This was a point that worked as a pretty solid entry for me. So I'm going to mark this out. And we're going to see how we want to hold that as support on ES down here. CVD has been moving higher, so even though we pulled back right now, still on the buy side of volume. It is 9:22, guys. Markets open up very soon. Hey, man. First, recognize from my... Oh. Oh, John, are you... Oh, no, I was going to say. John Butterworth. I was going to say, are you a new member or old member? Because he was saying to Creed how he recognized him from way back when. But the Discord says that you're new. But maybe you got a new Discord account. Alright, there's gold hitting that 59 level. Come on, fill me. Aw, you for real? Come on, fill me at like 59.40 then. Stop loss will be right under. We're at 58.4, but I'm using this key level. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't take this as an A+ trade, guys. I really wouldn't. It's such poor quality. It's got the key level, sure, but it's got volume suggesting that it wants to hold lower again. I usually tell you guys if I think it trades A+ or not. I'm still in it. I just don't believe it's an A+ setup. That's why I'm looking for a scalp off of this level. But even that, even a scalp is failing right here. You bookmap? No icebergs on bookmap for me. Icebergs only apply towards ES and N-cube, and you need like their huge bundle on bookmap for it. It's like Global Plus with add-ons or something. I have Global Plus. I don't have the whole add-on spiel. All right, I need to find support here, or else gold's definitely going to make another run to the downside. CVD's been pushing lower again too, guys. It's again a red flag. Volume's been holding to the downside. Not an A+ setup. Not an A+ setup. Just gonna wait. Hopefully, listen, hopefully I'm wrong, right? And buying pressure comes in and this is a nice little win right here. That would be fantastic. I wouldn't complain. But, I'm also aware of the market conditions and the circumstances that I'm trading in. It is 9:25 right now. It's really not looking ideal. We could check the 30-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. I mean, I'd need to find some support down here. There we go. Got a little support coming in. 45.90 1 hour. And I got to remember, too, I took this long after we sold off from supply. There we go. Getting a little bit of a move. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not much resistance above us. I'm holding this long. I'd like to see if we could find volume to bring us back to supply up here. That would be an ideal and really nice risk to reward trade. 65 is the next point of bookmap. 65, which is near that supply zone. So we might be able to hold this for a runner. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And yeah, ND Rue asking, is that enough? Yeah, no, I don't think icebergs are completely necessary. Bookmap itself, even if you're just looking at the volume bubbles and the passive buyers and sellers, gives us more than enough information that we need to spot direction and even entry points. Guys, I'm going to get out of gold up here into some strength because I just don't trust it. We could check our point of control real quick, just make sure. It's trying to hold up, but it's only got 59 volume right now. That's really not enough to say, okay, we're definitely going to hold. 83. It's like if that volume could hold higher, great. But if it doesn't, I'm moving my, first off, I'm definitely moving my stop loss up a little bit to this recent candle low over here. Yeah, let's just cut it. Let's see. Give me a little spike, and then I think I'm going to cut it around 60.8. 60.8. If it'll let me. If it'll let me. 273. There we go. Oh, it's getting close to it. Does gold want to give us a spike to the buy side is what I would like to know. There we go. A little spike right there. Some buying pressure. Okay. Now gold is one that can give us a crazy move. I'm gonna get out there into some strength just to get out, take in some profits, and really lock in. Because now, again, took that loss before. Now I just took a small scalp for a winner. I'm back above break even on the day, right? That's how we have to trade. We have to make sure our loss can be covered by at least one win. Nice, good job, good job. Seeing that price action on Q's bouncing off yesterday's lows. Awesome, yeah. So, yep, that's exactly what I was looking at, too. So, on NASDAQ, whether you're looking at the 15-minute, 5-minute, yesterday in the morning, we had this area of support, and I found that area of support with the volume profile because we had low volume to the downside, and every time price tried to move into the low volume shelves, we found support, moved lower, broke that low, found support again, broke that low, found support again, broke this low, we found support again. So something I'd look for on NASDAQ is I would be patient and wait to see if we could find some support. Look at gold, guys. Gold does want to keep going. Pretty strong key level we took down here. Very good stuff. Good to trade off of our levels. Let's check NASDAQ on Bookmap now. Good morning, YouTube guys. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Go make some money. Shmoney. And guys, don't forget, Apex is running a 80% sale right now. I'm going to pop that up over here for you guys. Apex Trader Funding, they have an 80% off evaluation accounts, and they have another sale running too. Let me pull up their Discord, because for Apex, they'll have 80% off. They'll tell you the main sale, but then if you want to know the details to the sale, you go over to their Discord, and this is where they post it. And if you guys want, I'll start posting. Whenever they post, I'll just post it to the Bullish Bears Twitter so you guys are aware as well. But 80% off all sizes and 80% off first month and recurring months. That's huge right there. 50% off resets. That's another big update because, guys, $58 resets. Let's say you buy a 50K account, buy it on sale for $30. You blow the account and you want to either buy a new one or start over. Instead of waiting for the month to pass and they reset it on the monthly fee, or instead of buying a new one without a sale where it's like $80, you just use the reset for $50. 1 day to pass. This is something that goes on, I think, even when they don't have a sale. You could pass the evals in 1 day. And lifetime PA fees. There we go. Markets are open, guys. Let's see what we want to do and where we want to go. NAS holding the support level 94 right there really fast. Glad I got out of Gold's way. Okay, Gold just said, hold up, wait a minute, forgot something. Nice hold on NASDAQ and ES. That's what I was worried about. Remember, guys, I was worried about ES holding this demand zone. Right, I had my original entry down here. I was worried we would hold it when market opened, and it looks like we are trying to hold it. See ES on Trade Map Lite. Let's see. We'll take a look. We'll be patient. And we'll see what buying opportunities, if there are any, present themselves. Obviously, unfortunately, I could be holding a very nice bag on ES right here, but I am out of it. Weighted index struggling, but trying to push lower. Remember, guys, a lot of equities were a bit on the bear side this morning at that open. So even though we started going bullish right off the gate, let's be a little patient, wait for markets to sort of further develop. Because right now we're in support on ES, we have support on NQ, so it is looking more for the buy side. There we go. Good buying pressure there. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's exactly the reaction I was looking for when market opened. Oil. Look how range-bound oil is. Now I have my alert on oil down here. I would consider longs on oil at the bottom of the range, but right now we're probably going to be waiting on ES and NQ. Hopefully they give us a bit of a trend day today. Where's our open price on NASDAQ? That's what I'd like to know. I do have it marked out. Perfect. Great. Up here. All the way up there. Fantastic. So guys, remember this 30-minute supply zone right near VWAP. I could look for us to break it, retest it, and that'll be my long entry. We don't have to try to go long down here in case we do want to sell off. ES holding up real strong, guys. Beautiful strength on ES. Oh my goodness. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Let's see. So right now, guys, what I'd be waiting for is to see if ES could reclaim around 325. That's right near that demand zone. So I'd look for a long entry around 325. Maybe look to target that opening price. As we see on ES, is we have a lot of these what I call low-hanging fruits, and this is where a lot of stop orders are, right? People who are short over here have their stop loss at a recent pivot high. People short over here, another pivot high stop loss right there. Same thing over here. With that being said, a lot of times the market will try to run through those, so I could use these as possible targets or even that next supply zone. So we could look for a nice trend trade today, guys. Let's see if we want to come back towards 25.50 for a possible entry. What did I say? 25? No, 35. 35.50? Where are we looking at? Like right over 35.50. 35.50. Glad we got out of the way on gold. Gold ended up breaking lower. Would hit our stop loss if we were still holding. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing good today. Happy Tuesday. I almost said happy Monday, then I almost said happy Friday. We're getting there, guys. I'll get the day of the week right at some point. I like that long wick on NASDAQ, on the weighted index down here, I should say, holding that previous session low. Now, guys, for anybody new in here on YouTube, new in here on the Discord, weighted index is basically a combined stock chart that has Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and AVGO. These are top 10 holdings on the ES and NQ, so they have a big pull in direction. In direction. Now I want this 5 minute to close somewhere over here, and then I want us to retest the zone on the next 5 minute candle. Oh, I love that 15, man. Look at the 15-minute time frame on ES basing candle, rally candle. Really looking for longs on this next dip here if we could find an entry. Finding some selling pressure. We got some resistance building up above us too. Let's check our footprint. Make sure our point of control is in fact higher. It is. Volume is accepting price higher. I am going to be taking this long trade at 62.35.25 is my entry. 62.33 is my stop loss. A little concerned on NASDAQ's weakness and equities in a total, but I'd like to see ES hold strength off of this demand zone. Oh man, dude, it was about a point away from my entry. Literally 1 point away. So we'll wait, we'll see. Was looking for this low volume down here to be hit. Pulling back a bit, we're going to see another little pullback here. Got a lot of resistance on ES. There we go. Nice, guys, nice. Good, we got directional bias correct right now. Just waiting. YouTube guys, I know you're missing something. You're missing that like button. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Do appreciate it. Free support's the best support. Gold is range bound. Net oil's range bound. We're waiting for ES and NQ today. I'm waiting for an ES long entry down here. Possibly look to target next supply zone at 62.55. 55, guys. 55. Look at that. 55. A strong passive seller up there. A lot of people might be targeting that level. I did not get my entry long yet on ES. Here comes a big ask. Here comes a pullback. Want to see if we can get that 35.25 entry. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing good today. Let me pull up. Is Lucian still around? Yeah, Lucian's still around. He's not around too active in the live streams and the chat too much, but he takes care of a lot of the back end stuff. He's awesome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. All right, ES, come on, give us that pullback. Let me pull up Market AI, make sure there are no big headlines coming out. Always important to be aware of headlines. Let's check our point of control now on ES, make sure it is still continuing higher. It is, great. Check it on NASDAQ too. Might not be as strong, but if it is continuing higher, yet it is trying at least. So I'm still holding this bull bias on ES and NQ right now. No major headlines, so we're okay at the moment. ES pulling back. Come on now. 35.25. 35.25 is what I'm looking for. Two points away right now. Alright, we're pretty range bound between 37 and 40 right now on ES, so I'm just going to wait and see. Guys, let me know in the YouTube chat or in Discord if you guys have taken any trades so far today. Right now we have opened up into some chop. We have VIX at a key level trying to push higher. I'm sorry, trying to push, well, VIX at the key level would have it push higher, which is bearish, but it's trying to move lower currently. Weighted index trying to hold. Apple's pushing higher. Microsoft is pushing higher. Tesla's trying to push the new low of day. That's about it on equities right now. Amazon holding previous day's low. Same with Meta. So yeah, we do have some support on equities. We might see a little run here. Did not get our entry, man, on ES longs. That's alright. Just gotta wait. Patience. Patience, young grasshoppers. John asking who's that other guy. Are you thinking of, Tim? I think it was Tim. Yeah, no more Tim. It's the Kevin show. It's the Kevin and Jeremy pops in, and we got our homie Marzidi in here too. He also, Marzidi, say hi. He also streams every now and then. He's awesome. Great community. And yeah, good stuff. Equities taking a little bit of a sharp turn here on the weighted index. Wow, guys, look at this. Look at this here on gold. That is crazy. That is wild. I use this as a fair value gap. Look, rejected it once, twice, wicked it one more for an entry 3 times. ES is trying to hold this higher. Let's see. Here we go. We got some headlines coming in. Fed Powell says we're taking time for as long as the U.S. economy's solid. Prudent thing is to wait. Okay, we could use our AI breakdown. Powell signal to wait on rate cuts, citing a solid U.S. economy and inflation uncertainty reinforces expectations for a delayed easing cycle. This stance is likely to keep the U.S. dollar supported, pressure U.S. stocks and bonds, and maintain a curious tone, yada yada yada. Alrighty, something to consider. That was a headline. That was just now. I'm going to delete my limit order because I do have a limit order sitting at 62.35.25 for a long. I'm going to delete it for now and wait for us to pull back there to reactivate it, just in case one of these headlines do give us a very strong move. Powell was speaking at 9:30 today. Powell. Pow. Anything else coming? Powell says if we ignore tariffs, inflation behaving as expected and hoped. If we ignore tariffs, then what? Look. If we ignore tariffs, inflation behaving as expected and hoped. Yeah, inflation's been great, guys, right? Fantastic. Let's see. Nothing else headline-wise. I'll let you guys know if anything pops up. That is Market. What I just showed you guys is Market AI. This is a sort of like a news and headline tool that has AI integrated into it. You put your favorite indicators, you put your favorite markets up here. It'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. Why is it moving? Where is it moving? If you do like gold, hit the little brain. Gold futures rise to sustain rally amid mixed macroeconomic signal and geopolitical development. And that was why it was moving higher pre-market, right? It was moving very bullish today, even though right now, just currently we're selling off. That doesn't mean on the daily time frame, we're not still bullish. So we could just wait here. Gold is not giving us a good opportunity. Could wait on something like ES and NQ, which is now finally giving us a little bit of a pullback here. So I'd look to buy the lows down here around 35. Sell the highs. Look at the weighted index, trying to make another move lower, but it's keep wicking these lows. It's keep finding support. Part of me thinks because we're keep finding support, we might not get this pullback. I'm only looking for about a 3-point pullback here, though. I'm not looking for anything that absurd. And don't forget, guys, that 15-minute time frame, looking for basing, rally. So I want this 15-minute to close somewhere up here, and then the next candle to pull back. So 15 close somewhere over here on ES. That would be ideal. We have a minute 35 for that to happen. If we don't get that close on ES, then we might not have a good buying opportunity here. Here we go. Here's our pullback. Look at this. Very I was going to say very weak support, but there's like no support under us on ES right here. They pulled a lot of these passive orders to the downside. So I'm getting ready to see about entering at 25. We're getting that pullback here. Minute 10 left. NQ selling off pretty strong. So is the weighted index. Just want to sort of wait there and see what's going on. Nvidia new low of day. Tesla did find some support. Meta pushing lower. Microsoft pushing lower, and Apple trying to find some support. Alright, come on, ES. Getting near it. 45 seconds left, guys. This is tough, dude. This is a tough point right there. I almost want to take it there. I think I might have missed entry. Because, I'm waiting for that 15 to close. We'll wait. 35. See if that next 5 gives it to us. Because remember, if I want the 15 to close above this white level, well, this is the last 5 minute of the 15-minute candle. This one needs to close green above that. So this dip should have been buying that dip. But look at this, guys. They pulled all the orders. It's about 9:45. That means there's going to be some type of economic news. It's at 9:45. Global manufacturing PMI. That's global. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. If it gives me a dip, I would consider longs down here around 35. We're not getting that big of a volatile move right there off of that news. There we go. Getting a little something. 15-minute did close in my favor. Going to be looking for longs still. Now, don't buy these highs. Now, when we're using volume profile, we never want to buy while we're in the middle of the volume profile. We'd want to sell the highs, buy the lows. So, right now, because we're looking bullish, we'd want to buy the lows. Yo, PLTR getting smoked. Kramer is bullish on it. Oh, man, not PLTR. That's one that I liked. PLTR. OGO. Ooh. In my opinion, this is a great buying opportunity on Palantir right here. Buy around 130, sell around 150. Damn ES. Damn ES. You do that. You do your thing. You hold that. Good stuff today, guys. Bro, it was literally... It wicked at 62.35.50. I had my entry at 62.35.25. Markets are like, gotcha, blank. Like, what's it called? Dave Chappelle. Where's Discord? I'm missing an application. There it is. Alright, so again, we had good momentum today. We got a good bullish buys today. We just got to find our entry points. And don't forget, we do have at 10 o'clock, guys, we have JOLTS, job openings, and ISM manufacturing PMI. Guys, we'll go over how they come in 12 minutes, and then I'll create some type of video for Instagram and YouTube and everything covering how JOLTS came in this month versus how it came in last month and what it might mean for the economy. I find the videos I make are very informative, very to the point, and very easy to understand, and very important to watch, because as traders, whether you're a swing trader, a day trader, a scalper, it's important to know what's going on geopolitically, and just overall market sentiment, right? Which reports are coming in? What's coming in the strongest? What's coming in the weakest? Do we have a good economy behind us or not? Apple pushing up. Dude, I'm getting hungry. These boring markets always make me hungry, man. Damn, dude. ES, man, that original entry down here at 31, we're at 41. It's been a slow chop. It's only 10 points. It's not like it's 20, 30 points. So, pretty tight range right now. Markets might be waiting for that news to come out at 10 o'clock. Take a look back at oil. nothing. Got a nothing burger on oil, a nothing burger on gold, and just patience on ES and NQ for a possible entry. Guys, YouTube, let me know if you took any trades. Leo, if you're still in here, let me know if you took any trades so far on ES or NQ and what you're seeing. Here we go, guys. VIX made a new low a day. ES is trying to make new New York session high a day, and boom! Wow, okay. That was pretty cool. Now we just wait. Now what we could see is if we do break and continue, we could create a new low volume shelf here, and that might give us a new buying opportunity. Remember, guys, I was bullish on the 15-minute time frame, so of course I'm going to be looking for the 5 to continue. I just unfortunately haven't been able to get a good buying opportunity. Might look for this area next. 44, yeah. Just waiting for the breakthrough. Got you. Yup, same, man, same. Good buying pressure, dude. Oh, man, dude, this was a tick away. A tick away. What could have been? On 15-minute? Nice, nice. You're waiting for NQ, right? So you're waiting for that 15-minute break of this high over here, most likely. ES buying pressure is not going to slow down, guys. We're going to leave a new low volume shelf right here around 42, 43, which is going to be our new possible trade setup. Yo, I don't like the position tool. You used to be able to click it wherever. Now you have to click it at the high, the middle, or the low. So what are we looking at? 40, 43 to 41, 43 to 41. Should I stay or should I go? Do. This is what I'm going to be looking for on ES, guys. Pull back into this point. See if we could get some momentum to continue higher. Man, oh man. I got to just trust my supply and demand zone. This was a beautiful demand zone entry. It was pre-market. It's alright. It's alright. Ooh, look at this, guys. Markets are flying right now. NASDAQ coming up near a level of resistance. So is ES. So if it doesn't give us a long entry until the supply zone, we could look to see if it wants to find any sellers, right? If the VIX is at a key level, ES and NQ are both at resistance. At that point, a lot of people would be buying these highs. Just something to consider. Alright, guys. Pushing up towards the 62.50. Pretty strong passive seller there on ES. Really want to see a pullback towards this 43 point. So everything just going to go up forever? I guess so. Now that we said it's gonna go up forever, it's gotta pull back, right? What about gold? Nope. Come on, ES. You know you want to pull back. Okay, getting a little something here. Don't worry, little AR. We're not the grammar police here. You misspell all you want, as long as you do the math right. We're traders. Numbers. It's a numbers game. I like it when gold and oil give us better opportunities, but they've been very range bound lately, and gold's was more bearish for like the past week up until yesterday and today. We're up to the point of control on ES right here. This white line, point of control. I believe that's our point of control. Let me just make sure. No, that's our VWAP on our session volume profile. Look at all the buying delta starting to pick up in here. Again, looking for a pullback towards 43 for a possible long entry on ES. Markets are like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm just going to keep going up. Love it, man. Love it. Only thing I don't love is that I'm not holding a long position on this run. That's alright. That's alright. We'll monitor it. We'll create a better trade setup for the next time that pre-market we want to find our supply or demand, and we get our entry pre-market to hold it better, right? To just trust those zones even though it is pre-market. So NASDAQ coming up near a point, this 22,840 to 22,850, I wanted to see us break above it and retest that zone for longs. So we're not completely out of the picture for long entries, guys. It's only 9:54. We have the economic news coming out at 10 o'clock, and which could also give us an impact. So we could be patient. It's only been 30 minutes into the market open. There are 6.5 hours. Guys, stay hydrated. Keep drinking water. Alright, just being patient here. Waited next polygraph. When I say boring markets, bore me. But that's alright, guys, because a bored trader is a successful trader, right? When you're not emotional, you're not thinking with your emotions, trading thoughtfully, trading carefully, and taking our time. Guys, I'll be back in a half a second. Give me 1 sec. YouTube, hit that like button if you're having a good time today. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Alrighty. So we're retesting our open price on ES here. Open price does work as a pretty strong key level. Again, though, we're at a point where I wouldn't buy these highs. Not on a low volume shelf here, but I do think it might want to hold. I'm thinking let it retest 23,850. 23,850. And if it fails, I'm going short. And then I've only been trading since February. It's like, nice, dude. Yeah, good call. Right? 22,850. Where I have a zone until 48. So if we even miss 50 and we start to reject, that could be a great place to take a short position. Just be careful shorting in the market we're in right now, because we see some buying pressure this morning. But great call. And nice. Dude, Leo, trading since February and you're already able to spot sort of like ranges, highs, and lows. That's great stuff. Good progress. Alright, there's that pullback, a stronger pullback now. My issue, guys, is I'm not taking this trade, not for no other reason than we have economic data coming out in 2 minutes. So if we didn't have that coming out, I'd be taking ES longs in this 43 point. We have economic data coming out. I'm not taking ES longs. Should get a little music going. I'll sing for you guys. Just kidding. I'll just trade for you guys. That's all you guys want.
No singing.
You probably just gave everybody on YouTube a heart attack. This is the first time you spoke in a little while.
Yeah, my concrete guy showed up on me, and I've been out talking to him.
Oh, you're covered in concrete right now?
No, he's coming actually Thursday to do the pour. He's coming out today for his final. Because we're building a room onto the house, and it's going to be on a slab.
Gotcha. Alright, guys. ES just wicked my entry. I'm not taking it because we have news coming out. Or I would be in this. But let's see. Point of control is higher. Dude. Damn news, dude. If we didn't have news. Minute 30 left. Guess we'll just have to be patient. Next low volume shelf are again 41 to 25. So if we hold, listen, if news comes out and we start to dance at this point and we don't break through it, I will take the longs and target the highs. But we're going to have to see. We're going to have to be a little patient on that and see how that news comes in. Any headlines? U.S. Treasury yields comes off highs, now flat across the curve as Fed Powell's indicates can't say if July is too soon for rate cuts. Oh, come on, Powell. Alright, look at this, guys. They pulled all their orders off the book. No trades right now. We're going to have the economic data on deck. I've never seen that. I usually watch the retest zones. Bullish. Yeah, so if you have Trading View, the bottom right over here is a little calendar icon. You're going to click that, and then you're going to go to the top right, and you're going to clear all countries and do just USA, and then click the high importance, and it'll have high importance only for you. But make sure if you are checking high importance that you're checking the others as well, just in case there's like a 2 there, which a 2 out of 3 is not a high importance, but it could still impact the market. But over time, after looking through them, you'll notice and know which ones do which. Alright guys, 2-1, here it is. Okay, we got a wick into it. Let's see. This is going to be a close one. Gotta wait. 15 seconds just came in. This is still too all over the place. No trade right now. I was looking for this 43 to 41 area. It did push into it. It would have stopped me out if I had an order sitting there. That's why we don't take orders like passively like that when we have economic news or data coming out. $15 still looks good for continuation, so, and that closes. That just opened. So I'm still bullish, even based off of just the 15-minute time frame. 45 also looked bullish. If it could retest this 43, I would take 43 here. Okay, ISM Manufacturing Employment Index actual 45, forecast was 47, previous was 46. It came in lower. Oh, see, you know what's funny? I got a notification on my phone saying it came in at 45. Then I have TradingView tells me it came in at 49, which is a pretty significant difference.
Finance Juice says it came in at 49, forecast 48.8, so that's a positive. If you saw about ISM?
Yeah.
Okay. Jobs came in.
Above.
Jolts, take this job and shove it, as Signet says, at 7.77, which was a beat.
Yeah, but that could, yeah. Which is good for stocks. Could be bad for the dollar, though. Because if more people are working, more people are making money. You see a dollar popped. That's good. Let's see. Waiting on ES, see if ES wants to give us anything. Alrighty, ES, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're taking longs down there. That's what we're doing here. Let's see. Give me 43. If we could hit 43, I'll take some long. Stop at 41. I'll let you guys know when I hit that buy button. So guys, what I do is I have my order ready. So like you see how it's not active yet, but it's already there. So if I hit buy, it's going to put my order out. Do one contract, do 2 contracts, it'll put it out. I could do this, I could right click, take the position tool, you right click, create limit order, and then it'll do the math for how many contracts you need to trade, so risk whatever your set risk is. And then I could hit buy. So now if it pushes through this and I don't hit buy, it's not going to fill me. Let's see. CVD is trying to push red. We have 1:25 left in this 5 minute. I'm going to wait a second because of that weighted index pushing lower. All equities are bearish except Apple right now. Apple's pushing higher. Microsoft pushing lower. Nvidia, new low of day. Meta pushing lower. I'm going to ah, man, dude. I said I would take it if we danced on 43 again. We danced on 43. I just hate how equities are looking. I'm not in it, guys. I'm just not in it. I could also wait the 50 seconds and see how this 5 minute wants to close. If this 5 minute closes super bearish, then no way. If it does close somewhat bullish, then maybe I'll look for a higher entry. $30 seconds left. We could be patient right now. Check our volume. Footprint. I still like it long because of the low volume we have to the downside here. So I'm going to put a limit order out to get filled at 43 at just one contract. One contract, 2-point stop loss on that. And it's a starter position, right? So if it does end up closing green going in my direction, I could add to it. 2 seconds left. That's a tough close right there. Real indecisive close right there. NQ, gold, oil, nothing, nothing, nothing. Waiting on that 15 to continue higher on ES. So again, looking to see if possibly it wants to pull back, give me an entry around 43. VIX is pushing lower, which is bullish. Alright, might not get that 43 entry anymore. We dipped into it already. 43.50 I'll put. 43.50. Nice, good stuff. Where can I have the oh yeah, I got that already. My bad. VIX moving lower. That was my sign that I liked the longs, right? But I did miss entry on that. Gold trying to do its thing. I'm going to cancel that buy order for a second because I want to check on gold for a quick second here. So 33.70. 33.70. Add alert. Now we know. Go back to ES. See, now we got a lot of resistance building up above us. See that? All these passive orders. So let's just wait. Just gotta wait right now. Very range bound. Gotta remember too, guys, yesterday's price action was also very range bound all morning, and it didn't give us a big move until power hour. So don't go wasting all your buying power if you're trading options, right? Don't go blowing your account in the morning if price action's choppy. Either wait for the afternoon, because we see that now that's the pattern in the market. Yesterday it was choppy in the morning, then it was nicer in the afternoon. We might get that same price action. But regardless, if we're seeing price action like this that's not in our favor, we want to stay out of it. It's the smartest thing to do. So the biggest, let's see. ES chopping around. Gold rejected supply. Oil, I'm not even gonna waste our time with anymore.
All right, Edgeville says, and today might be a good day for Edgeville, that while we got a 30% chance of a break out of the 15-minute orb, which we have done, but we've got a 70% chance of a double break somewhere throughout the day. So, you know, the problem with these double break studies like this, though, is you don't know when that double break could happen. It could happen at 3:50 this evening, this afternoon.
Powell just addressed Trump's comment. You know, obviously Trump calls him too late Powell and calls him all these names and threatens to fire him or whatever. He says, on Trump's attack, I'm very focused on doing my job. So he's just ignoring them. Let's see. September starts a rate cut seen as most likely 21% chance of rate cuts in July. Every day is a good day for Edgeful. It just depends on your strategy and your system. If you're like a initial balance trader or opening range breakout, Fibonacci continuation, previous day high, previous day low, power hour, make a new high, a new low. Like, they got fantastic details, in-depth results. But for me, supply and demand, it's not really programmed for that, right? Now, I could use maybe previous day high, previous day low, but I don't really use initial balance too much. Opening range breakout, I could incorporate that into the supply and demand, right? I always, when I'm teaching somebody, I tell them it's good to have supply and demand, but give yourself some other type of baseline to trade with. All right, here's 33 again, guys. But at this point, the selling pressure, not a fan of that. VIX trying to move higher.
ES got a line at 62.42-ish on Bookmap, which is also about where VWAP is.
I'm considering this trade right here. Just need equities to start holding up, and they're not. We'll wait. Just gotta be patient, my guys. Patience is a key to trading success. Yup,
Right,
see
there
that?
we are.
Boom. Damn. Alright, we wait. We just hit a pretty big bid right there. See if we start to hold that bid at 42. If we start holding here, I'm going to take it with a tight stop loss at the low we just created.
Tug of war on the candle.
Yup. Alright, I'm filled in along here at these lows right now on ES. Stop loss at the low we just created. So it's either going to stop me out almost immediately because we continue lower, or it is going to start to hold this low right here. Very tight stop loss. There we go. Give us a little pullback there. And start trapping some sellers now. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to get out of one contract here. Was able to get into two. I want to try to get out of one into some strength up here to lock in some profits. I want to see these sellers get trapped. So I want to lock in profits so it's a no-lose trade. And then I want to let the last winner run in case we do want to go to new high a day because we've been bullish. Okay, give me that break higher. Get me out of one contract right here. Just pop. One more little pop here. I'm out of one contract at 43.50. Okay, out of one contract. Beautiful. No lose trade. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's what I like to see, guys. That is beautiful. We're still in these longs targeting new high a day on ES. Fantastic entry, guys. Phenomenal. Guys, check this out. Check this out. Oh my god, look at this. Buy at 41.50, like a 2-point stop loss. Not even $1.50 stop loss on that. Scaled out to 1 to lock in a 2-to-1 on that first target. Now we can look to target that supply zone. Fantastic. Good stuff. Good positioning, good patience. See how patient we had to be for that? But see how rewarding it is for being so patient, buying the lows, selling the highs, just trading with the trend? Come on, give us another break. Look at this, guys. ES, some fantastic buying momentum behind it. 206 left. I want to make sure volume's moving higher with price. If it is, oh man, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, guys. Check it out. Amazing, amazing. We could look to even exit up here. Right, lock in gains up here and call that a, whoa, that was close. I meant to do the tool. A 4-to-1 right there. Again, though, we just trapped a lot of sellers. We might, ooh, look at that. We might go for a new high a day.
62.48 would be a full orb extension. We've actually already broken that.
Boom, boom, guys. Look at this. Look at this. All the pain that sellers are feeling right now, and all the gain we're feeling on these longs. This is huge, guys. YouTube, hit that, smash that like button. I mean, phenomenal, phenomenal. Still holding, still holding.
All right, there's a full orb. Your next target is going to be liquidity run at 6249.5.
Oh my goodness, guys, look at this.
Now at the third, or yeah.
Beautiful.
1, 2, 3, fourth deviation band.
We're closing it. We're closing it.
Yes, good place to close it. That's a deviation.
49.50. Fantastic, guys. Great. Really great. Really, really great. Hope you guys were Discord. I hope you guys were able to catch that with me. That was a nice patient trade, a nice entry, very tight stop loss, phenomenal risk to reward.
9 points on that per contract.
Nice. I made, so my first entry was 41, and then my first exit was 43. So I took 2 points on the first one, and then I took to 49 on the second one. So what, 41 to 49? 8 points. 8 points with a 1.5 stop loss.
All right, your next target high.
Oh, it's gonna go. Point of control moved higher. We're going to supply at 62.52. Sorry, is that where were you gonna say?
6250.5. We just reached up towards it, and there you go. We just took that. This is a liquidity run at the moment. Hang on before you go. This could be a look over and pull back.
Oh, dude, what an amazing trade. I'm more disappointed that I exited that first one to lock in profits, but it's something that I like to do because psychologically it helps me hold that last contract because it makes it a no-lose trade. Now, can I maybe adjust my stop loss? Sure, but when we start changing what's already working for us, that's sort of counterproductive, and we don't want to do that in trading. If we find something that works for us, we want to stick with it consistently. Boom, there's that 52 right now. Oh my goodness, wow. Fantastic. Great job. Leo, you bank on that? Yes, sir. That's awesome, bro. That is cool. Love to see it. Love to see it.
All right, we're in a fair value gap on the ES from yesterday morning. So look for a reversal here, possibly.
Beautiful, dude. Target on that 52 was hit. This is where I would get out of longs, guys, because now Nasdaq's also near an area of resistance. ES, I mean, listen, buying point of control's moving higher, volume's moving higher with price. It's clearly still bullish, but at this point we're extended. We just had a very strong move, and guess what, guys? We also have to always think in the opposite perspective. If we were just in a long position, what if we were in a short, right? Well, anybody that was going short down here, they're getting stopped out up here. And if anything, when they see this continuation, they're taking a long now up here because they feel like they need to chase and make their money back. What happens when all those people exit their position and try to chase a long? We end up getting our pullback. So let's be patient up here. We really want to wait.
I mean, this is a spot for a short, possibly. It's failing and struggling here. It made a liquidity run. It's in a fair value gap. I've made my real profit for the day, so I'm on paper right now, and I'm taking a paper short.
Nice. Where you got? You got 54 as a target up there. Let's see. Leo's got a target of 54 on NQ. Close, man. I got 45 was a good target. Real close. But 39's holding. If 37 could hold on this close on NQ, then we were probably going to go see some more highs. Look at that, guys. ES continuing. Fantastic, guys. Very, very great trade execution. Good job, everybody. Round of applause. Make Money Tuesdays, you already know.
Statistically, July 1st is always a bullish day, but there we go. Nice little
I
south
saw
south.
I saw a stat on you see guys again, people chasing longs up here, they're gonna go get stopped out now. So be careful. Definitely be careful. Bum, bum. I'd be careful, Leo, not to get stopped out on this pullback and then for the market to continue. But again, at this point, I would have been taking profit at those highs. I hope you did at least some contracts if you were in multiple. Charlie, Mike, you take that? Take any longs there?
Earlier I got a long on the Nasdaq.
Nice. Went well?
Yeah, it did go well.
Good job.
All right, intraday point of control is also where the pivot point is at 62.45. So we may see a return to that on the south side.
Nope. Yes, trying to hold the support area right here. We don't really have a low volume node till 42 again, and I don't think we're definitely not pulling back to 42. We might if we stay range bound, guys. It's definitely in play. That's only 8 points to the downside, so it's not something that's unrealistic in the market. I forgot about the retest area 22,850 LOL double. Yeah, nah, don't add, just wait. But this is might come back. There's that 18. Wow, that's crazy. It might sell off for me. I got a supply zone here. This was an area of resistance yesterday and the night and last night. Wow. This was wild. Let's see. Anything. Could check our point of control, make sure volume still, look at this, so point of control was higher, volume was still overall higher. I wouldn't expect this sell-off to be long-lived. 15-minute was keeping me bullish all day, right? Remember we had our basing right before market opened, and then we had our rally, and we had continuation. That's what I was looking for. I've been mentioning all morning off this 15 that it looks like we're continuing. We got it. Looks like we're continuing. We got it. Looks like we're continuing. Pulled back, we got it. I didn't even see the 15 when I was taking this entry. That would have been very helpful. There's some selling pressure again. Very range bound. A lot of people chasing the longs up there now getting stopped out of their longs, right? Imagine you were taking shorts down here. You got stopped out. You tried to chase longs and now you're getting stopped out again. That's how accounts get blown, by FOMO, by chasing. Just gotta wait. Be patient and be reasonable with yourself if you want. Just like I do with you guys when I'm streaming. I'm talking you guys through my trade process and my thought process on the market. Should be doing the same thing with yourselves when you're taking a trade, especially if it's one that maybe I'm not looking at or breaking down myself. Then if you're watching with me and you want to break down your own trade to yourself, maybe mute the TV or the monitor, whatever you're watching on. Say, okay, well, I think I would like this trade long because we're at an area of support, buying pressure is starting to build up here, and the volume profile, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But give yourself that few seconds to give yourself a rundown on your trade, because that will also stop you from taking a bad trade too.
That's an example of the journaling I did on that one long I took.
Nice. Look at that. Is that a 3-second chart?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Trade score. Cool. Confirmations. Okay, I like the confirmations. Great entry, bounced support, bounced fib, VIX. VIX -1? What do you mean by that?
I run a ticker, so my VIX was at a -1 with my equities kind of all over the place, basically. A bunch of minuses, bunch of pluses, mostly minus.
Gotcha. Nice. Good stuff. See, that's a good breakdown. Good job. Guys, if you want a trading journal, again, that's a great thing to do, is to screenshot and write on the screenshot, create a Discord and write it on the Discord. But, my code... What's that?
That's the ticker right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen it like that where it says -8 plus, like, what's it, +7 what?
Those are contracts, so you can adjust the contracts. So if it has over 5 or whatever, I think default 6, if I'm not mistaken. But that top one's like an NQ Dow. You can actually put them together. So if they both go in the same direction, the number of contracts, then it'll give you a Q.
Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. It's interesting. Guys, as for a free trading journal for you guys, go to tradingpioneers.net, head over to resources. I have a downloadable trading journal for you guys right here. Very important to journal, even if you can't journal all your trades. Let's say you're a scalper, you're taking 4 or 5 trades, you don't have time to journal 4 or 5 trades, well then journal your day, right? How did your trading day go? What was your risk management, some stop loss levels, trade reviews, trade analysis, trade review success and failures, the outcome, trade strategy or setup used. It's important to journal these trades because then when you look back you could say, okay, well it seems like when I use this strategy, I fail my trades a lot more. Or it seems like when I take my profit on my winners, or when I take a winner, I take my profit too soon. I need to try to adjust that. How can I change that? But you won't know exactly what's throwing you off consistently until you start journaling it. Let's see, ES and NQ. And then even when you are consistent, guys, to journal is also helpful because then you could say, okay, lately, this setup in my playbook has been working great, right? Lately, gold has been trending higher, and I've been taking demand entries, and it's been working out very well. Lately, oil has been range-bound, so every time we try to break out, I'll short it, and that works out very well. Whatever the case may be, but unless you're journaling it, or unless you're reviewing each previous trading day throughout the days, you're going to forget, you're not going to be able to remember or focus on something specific, and it will end up making you take a longer time to find profitability. Let's see. Oil's still doing a whole lot of nothing. Look how range bound it's been for a week now. And that's because of the uncertainty in the Canada and US trade deal, whole oil situation. Any headlines going on over here? Powell, no comments on whether he will stay on as governor after May 2026. It's next year. Switzerland faces downside risks if full U.S. tariff bites. Debt path not sustainable. Will have to be addressed sooner or later. Gee, thanks. Didn't think about that. Like, come on now. No, said it again here. U.S. job openings unexpectedly rise in May. Hiring falls. All right, nothing crazy right now. Damn, look at that, guys. ES pulling back. I'm sure NQ pulled back. Dude, off of that supply zone, like a dime. Wow. Yo, Leo, I hope you took them longs off, bro. You gotta remember too, if you're taking a screenshot, you gotta lock in the profits. If it's good enough for a screenshot, you gotta lock it in. Alright guys, ES coming back towards my entry point near that 41.42. I said I didn't think we'd get back there, but here we are. Look how much stronger NASDAQ was to the downside here, guys. NASDAQ near its pre-market lows right there. Boom! Wow. Previous day low taken out on NASDAQ. Not taking out on ES. Look how much stronger ES is right now in the daily time frame. Previous day low session, previous session low being hit on the weighted index. It's an area that could hold as support. Bro, what a level on NASDAQ. 48. I said careful it doesn't even hit 50 and it wicked off 48. Next area on ES for possible entry would be, let's leave this here because that was great. Would be, this next blue zone. Let's check our volume profile. We don't really have a low volume shelf, so we could expect to even move lower towards 36. I have demand near 34. But we do have this order block at 40, so we keep an eye on that, so. Let's see. Finding some buying pressure. And remember, guys, something too today. Sellers are failing to continue lower. So now that we broke lower and we look like we want to break out, now might be the time that we start to pull back. ES also stop hunted down here as well. Could look to find support. Secured 754. Good stuff, man. Yes, sir. Good. I like ES longs here, but I'm not taking it. Same boat, right? When we take our one and done type trade for the day, we just got to be done. This one could work out. Just not in my favor. Not in my playbook right here. No setup. No trade. There we go. Looks good. Definitely looks good. There's no doubt about that. It's holding VWAP. It's holding that 5-minute FEG. So it's a low volume node. Aggressive buyer just stepped in there on Bookmap. There we go. Good support coming in too. We might pop here. Remember, that's what we did on this candle. Wicked around and then we popped. Next support on PLTR. Oh, why did PLTR dip even lower? Wow, look at that. 120. 120. Next support on PLTR. $10 move to the downside. Good. That's as bad as it feels for anybody that's in it right now. We whiffed that 150. So if we come back, find some support around 120, that might be a good long entry on PLTR for a swing trade. Guys, look at the weighted index pushing lower. NASDAQ trying to push lower. ES holding up higher. I mentioned before a few times today, even showed you guys on the daily how ES has more relative strength today than NASDAQ. Boom, big breaks right there, guys. Really liked that 41 level. Fantastic. Boom. Wow, look at that, guys. That's phenomenal. Beautiful, nice, good stuff. Dallas Fed Texas service sector came in just now. 10:32. Right here. And this could have been what sort of helped push this little pop right here. The Dallas Fed Texas Service Sector Index improved to -4.4 in June from -10.1 in May, signaling less pessimism about continued contraction. This suggests a slow recovery in regional services and subdued wage and price growth expectations. Reflecting ongoing macroeconomic caution, markets may interpret this as modestly positive for risk assets, but not strong enough to shift Fed policy. Oh, pullback. That's why I got to be careful on that. I said NASDAQ was much weaker. ES, that if NASDAQ's weaker, guys, and ES is trying to pump, If NASDAQ fails to reverse and hold up too, ES is going to feel that ES cannot sustain without NASDAQ, and if it is, it's very rare, and it's a very big red flag. Alright, ES trying to find support. I'd be careful on NASDAQ here. Weighted index selling off. Apple near new high of day. Microsoft selling off. Meta new low of day. Tesla selling off. Nvidia new low of day. No longs here, guys. Look at these equities selling off. That's super bearish on NASDAQ. ES trying to hold. Again, guys, bears are keep failing to hold us on ES while it has so much strength on the NASDAQ. Glad we caught those nice bulls, though, this morning, right? We were able to catch this buying momentum. We were able to catch this cleaner moves versus now we're chopping. Alright, guys, let's see. Everything's pretty choppy now. For me, in my opinion, there's no trade zone. Markets played out enough. Markets gave us some great opportunities. It even gave us a selling opportunity off of this supply zone. It really did on NASDAQ, especially with the weakness. But, overall, great job. Great stuff. It is 10:36. Guys, midday market briefing or midday market recap? I think briefing. Briefing sounds better. Alright, let's see. Some selling pressure coming in on ES. We have negative on the CVD. We saw this coming, guys. We did with NASDAQ's weakness. Rejected VWAP up here too. Very clean. Crude oil sideways. That's crazy that that Palantir is melting like this. Did they have news lately? I wonder if, let's see. Equities. Search asset, PLTR. Okay, Palantir Technologies reported a robust Q1, 39% revenue growth, yada yada yada. Any reason for the bearish sentiment now, though? Strong earnings, which is good. Government contracts, which is good. So why is it giving us bearish right now? Its valuation remains highly stretched with the price to above. So I guess because of the price to sales ratio? No, I was gonna say I'll check headlines for it, but I don't think headlines will have it. Alright guys, let's see. Guys, I'll probably wrap the stream up shortly because markets have been sort of giving us a whole lot of nothing. And what happens, guys, if you're sitting in front of the screen, you already took your trades, gotta call it a day. If you're sitting in front of the screen too long, you're gonna end up forcing another trade.
Push it, dun, 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 dun. Take another trade. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, let's see. Great positive day. Good stuff. Good job, Ozzy. Good work. Good work. I know you even killed a pre-market. Whole team's killing it today, guys. I'm proud of you. Proud of everybody. NAS continuing lower without much demand under us. I mentioned earlier how we chopped around yesterday, but we didn't really create any demand. The next area of support we have, oh no, this is ES. Well, we have a key level at 22,710, which we're approaching right now on NASDAQ. And below that, I really don't have much till 22,550, which is another 200 points away, guys. That would call for a huge sell-off. And usually we would need some type of economic news or catalyst to push that. So we could take a look. I guess this would be the job reports from before, right? Because this was at what time? 10 o'clock? 10:15 we reversed lower. And 10:15, let's see, today is Tuesday. We have the ISM manufacturing and the PMI and the JOLTS. Wow, look at the selling pressure on ES here stepping in. NASDAQ on Bookmap. Very weak. We have, again, look at this, guys. I said 710 as a key level, 700. Very strong passive buy level. Guys, just remember, if you're trying to get funded, your primary goal when you're taking trades shouldn't be how much can I make on this trade. It should be how much would I lose if I'm wrong on this trade. Because if you could answer that question and go, okay, well, if I lose, then it's no big deal, then you take the trade. But if you're taking that trade and go, oh, but if I lose, it's really going to set me back. Guys, you're over leveraging. You don't want to do that. Yes, everybody wants to get funded in one day. Everybody wants to get a payout. But if you're not treating the evaluation account the same you would trade the funded, you're going to have a very difficult time when you transition over. Because when you transition over to a funded account, instead of already trading with your system, you're trading from full sizing. And that's going to take some adjusting. So definitely
I learned that the hard way.
What's that?
I said I learned that the very hard way.
Oh man, Ricardo, that's alright, dude. You're gonna get right back on it. I know
I'm
it.
up 300 at a new eval right now, so I'm taking a very tight stop and
Okay, good.
basically for the day. Yeah.
Good. Listen, take it slow. Listen, even if you guys want, a great psychological thing to do is start with a super small account, a 25K account even, right? And give yourself max $100, $150 of risk. Even, again, I say 150 because if you're doing ES, maybe 3 points on one ES contract or something like that. Then at some point, when you're growing that, I'm talking about Apex accounts, when you're growing that account, what happens is you create a larger cushion. So you no longer have a $1,500 cushion. If you trade the account to 4,000 profit, then you have over 3,000 in cushion. So take cool, calm, collective. Let yourself slowly build an account with confidence to know that you're not stressing over anything. Look at that, guys. At 700, that key level 710 on NASDAQ. Real strong, quick move. Nice aggressive buying. Took us right out of it. Kramer is bullish on PLTR. That's why. I know, you're right. Yo, YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Discord, appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Hope you guys were able to bank. That was a beautiful long position on ES today. Really good stuff. On that note, dude, that was the drop in NQ I was expecting. Yeah, I know, right? Wild, wild. From supply 837 all the way down to 711. 125 points on the NASDAQ. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'm wrapping it up. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you're able to make some money with me on the ES, whether you traded the ES, maybe the NQ on that pump higher, but definitely a good position. We didn't get this short position going. I wasn't really trusting NASDAQ shorts on it because I felt ES was at support, and I'm not a big fan of trying to counter trend one while the other is going in the other direction. So like if ES has strength and NASDAQ's much weaker, I don't want to try to take a short on NASDAQ in case NASDAQ starts to hold along with the rest of the market. Other than that, guys, great stuff today. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We got Futures Fever tomorrow, everybody. Good stuff. Let me know what topic for Futures Fever tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Peace out.
Take care, Kev.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Ricardo. I'll see you guys later. Nevada, Terry, Mike, Marziti, guys, everybody, take care. See you guys tomorrow. YouTube, I'll see you guys later. You guys can hit me up on Instagram is trading. No, it's, yeah, Trading with Kev is my Instagram. And Twitter's Trade with Kev. Shoot me a message if you guys want a free educational, what's it called, book? What was it? The Trading Journal. Check out my website, tradingpioneers.net. I also do one-on-one mentorships as well if anybody's interested too. Come right to Trading Pioneers. Head over to Programs and Packages. Got some cool stuff for you. All right, later, everybody. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.